Welcome back to Coins Numismatic Series, where rare finds and hidden gems in the world of numismatics come to life. Today, we're diving into the top 3 Lincoln Wheat penny-era coins that have captured the hearts and attention of collectors across the globe. These coins aren't just copper and zinc, they're pieces of American history, and their fascinating errors make them even more valuable. So buckle up, because if you think a penny can't be worth a fortune, think again. Let's begin with a true West Coast marvel. 1952 Wheat penny-era coin with mint mark S. The 1952 Lincoln Wheat penny hails from the San Francisco Mint and holds a unique place in the realm of collectible pennies. This coin is a part of the iconic Wheat penny series that ran from 1909 to 1958, featuring the classic wheat ears on the reverse and Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. But what truly makes the 1952 SA stand out among collectors are the peculiar errors found on several examples minted that year. First, let's talk about the historical context. Post-World War II America was booming, and the U.S. Mint was running at full capacity to meet the demands of commerce. San Francisco's Mint was known for striking smaller runs compared to Philadelphia and Denver, which means that even regular issues from this mint can carry a slight premium. The 1952 penny had a total mintage of just over 137 million coins, relatively modest by Wheat penny standards. The obverse features Victor David Brenner's iconic design of President Lincoln in profile, a design that was revolutionary at the time of its release in 1909. The reverse continues with 2 stylized wheat stalks bordering the denomination and country name. Now, for the collectors, it's the deviation from perfection that draws fascination. Among the most notable errors for the 1952 are the repunched mint marks, or RPMs. These occur when the mint mark was punched into the die more than once but slightly off from the original mark. Some RPM examples clearly show a doubling of the which can range from subtle to very pronounced. These varieties are highly sought after, especially in higher grades. There are also known die cracks and cuds associated with this year. Die cracks appear as raised lines across the coin and are caused by fractures in the mint die. Cuds, on the other hand, occur when a piece of the die breaks off and leaves a raised blob on the coin. Both of these errors are visible without magnification in some cases and can dramatically increase a coin's value. Now, let's talk market value. In circulated condition, a 1952 wheat penny is typically worth a few cents to $1. But error examples, particularly strong RPMs or examples with bold die breaks, can fetch significantly more. A well-struck 1952 RPM in MS65 red condition can command prices in the range of $50 to $200 or more, depending on the severity and clarity of the error. Collectors gravitate toward this coin not only for its errors but also because it represents a turning point in mid-20th century American minting. The quality control was evolving, but not yet flawless, leading to these fascinating minting anomalies that turn ordinary coins into exceptional finds. So if you're digging through change or sorting through a roll of pennies and spot a 1952 take a second look. That tiny mint mark could be your gateway into a world of numismatic excitement. 1951 Wheat penny-era coin without mint mark. Coming in hot from the Philadelphia Mint is the 1951 Lincoln Wheat penny, no mint mark, but loaded with character and historical importance. Struck in the heart of post-war America, this penny witnessed the early years of the Cold War, the rise of the American dream, and the continuing legacy of Lincoln's memorial on American coinage. With a massive mintage of over 284 million coins, the 1951 Philadelphia penny isn't rare in the traditional sense. However, it is the errors that elevate this coin into the spotlight of serious collectors. What makes it even more intriguing is that many of these errors slipped through due to the sheer volume of coins being struck, leading to a higher incidence of minting anomalies. The design remains consistent with the Wheat penny series. Lincoln's bust on the obverse with the motto, "In God We Trust," arched above, "Liberty," to the left, and the date to the right. The reverse showcases the beloved wheat ears flanking the words, 1 cent, and United States of America. At a glance, the coin might seem ordinary, but magnify it, and a treasure hunt begins. Among the most desirable errors on the 1951 no mint mark penny are double dies, both obverse, DDO, and reverse, DDR. In a double die error, parts of the design appear double due to a misalignment during the die hubbing process. On the 1951 DDOs, collectors often find doubling on the date, the word Liberty, and even on Lincoln's eye or jawline. DDRs, though less common, show doubling in the lettering on the reverse, particularly in e pluribus unum and 1-cent die clashes are another error that make this coin fascinating. A die clash happens when the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet in between, imprinting parts of one design onto the opposite die. These ghost-like images appear faintly and can usually be spotted with a trained eye or a good magnifier. Struck-through errors have also been reported for this year. In these cases, foreign material, such as grease or metal shavings, interferes during the strike, causing missing details or oddly smooth patches on the coin. While they might look like wear to the untrained eye, these struck-through errors can carry significant premiums. In terms of market value, a standard 1951 no-mint mark penny in circulated condition usually sells for a few cents up to $1. But with documented errors, especially strong double dies or dramatic die clashes, prices can escalate quickly. High-grade specimens with clear errors can range from $50 to over $500, particularly if they've been authenticated and graded by a top-tier service like PCGS or NGC. The 1951 penny without a mint mark represents the quintessential American coin, widely circulated, commonly found, yet hiding gems of imperfection that elevate it into numismatic lore. If you come across one, especially with unusual features, it's worth closer inspection. You just might be holding a piece of error coin history. 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny Error Coin without mint mark. And finally, let's talk about one of the most beloved and talked about wheat pennies of all time, the 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark. This coin, struck at the Philadelphia Mint during the final years of World War II, holds an esteemed place in numismatic circles not only because of its enormous mintage, but because of the dramatic and widely known errors associated with it. The year 1944 marked a return to copper coinage following the 1943 steel cents. The government had experimented with steel due to wartime metal shortages, but public dissatisfaction led the mint to revert back to the familiar copper alloy in 1944. Over 1.4 billion Lincoln cents were struck in Philadelphia alone that year, making it one of the most plentiful issues in U.S. coinage history. But within this sea of copper cents lies a rare and captivating anomaly, the 1944 steel cent error. These error coins were struck on leftover steel planchets from 1943 that were somehow not removed from the production lines. These planchets made their way into the 1944 coinage run, creating one of the most iconic error coins in American history. A genuine 1944 steel penny will not be attracted to a magnet, unlike its 1943 counterpart, due to a slightly different alloy composition. However, many counterfeits have been created by altering 1943 cents or plating 1944 coppers, so authentication is essential. If real, a 1944 steel cent can fetch tens of thousands of dollars at auction. The highest grades with solid provenance have even breached six-figure price tags. Beyond the steel cent, there are other errors found among 1944 no-mint mark pennies. These include off-center strikes, which can range from minor misalignments to dramatic errors where half the coin is missing. Then there are clipped planchets, coins that were cut from improperly aligned sheets, resulting in curved or ragged edges. There are also reports of double dies and die breaks for this year. While not as dramatic or valuable as the steel cent error, these types of anomalies still hold significant interest among collectors and can command strong premiums in high grades. A typical 1944 copper cent from Philadelphia in circulated condition is usually only worth a few cents to $1. However, those with visible errors, particularly the 1944 steel cent, are in a different league entirely. An authenticated, uncirculated 1944 steel cent has sold for over $100,000, making it one of the holy grails of Lincoln cent collectors. The 1944 no-mint mark penny is a perfect example of how a common coin can transform into a numismatic legend. Whether it's the steel anomaly or one of the lesser-known but still fascinating errors, this coin continues to excite and intrigue coin hunters, historians, and collectors alike. So the next time you find a 1944 penny, don't just toss it into a jar, inspect it. That ordinary coin might just be a national treasure in disguise. That wraps up our deep dive into the top 3 Lincoln Wheat Penny error coins that continue to astonish the collecting world. Whether it's a repunched mint mark from San Francisco, a double die from Philadelphia, or the legendary 1944 steel cent, each of these coins tells a unique story, and maybe even holds a small fortune. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more numismatic discoveries right here on Coins Numismatic Series. Until next time, keep collecting and keep the history alive in your hands.